A big hello to all the students and good afternoon and welcome to class number 5 of Python for Beginners. And what I reckon, those who have jumped into class number 5 without watching class number 1, 2, 3 and 4, right, should go and watch all 4 parts before they move to class number 5. So the prerequisite for class number 5 is going to be class number 1, 2, 3 and 4 are successfully completed and understood. Yeah, I know that you are not going to thoroughly understand it. Let me make it very clear to all the students that we are not going to thoroughly understand means we are not going to 100% understand, right? Because many students who are not familiar and aware of programming, who have just started, who are beginners, right? So they are in habit of memorizing things. That's what we do. We memorize things all our life. We pass the exam and then we move from one class to another class. And suddenly, if you're exposed to practical programming and practicalities like this, so you may find it a bit difficult. Yes, maybe difficult, but not impossible. And what you got to do is be patient, right? The only secret weapon for becoming a successful developer or a programmer is to be patient, right? So I'll give you one example. For example, often what you can see that while learning class number 1 or while we study chapter number 1, we may not be able to understand chapter number 1 completely unless we move to chapter number 10. Once we move to chapter number 10 and have a look back at chapter number 1, we'll find chapter number 1 to be very easy only when we move to chapter number 10. So chapter number 10 will tell us that chapter number 1 was easy. Chapter number 20 will tell us that chapter number 10 was easy, and so far and so forth. All right, so that's what you have to do. That's what the requirement for today is. You need to be quite patient. All right, and patience is what makes developers, programmers, geeks. Right, so they are very patient people. You need not to be impulsive and you need not to say that, okay, I need to go through a course which will make me a developer or a Python programmer overnight. So you're not going to become a developer overnight. It's very patient job, right? And you need to believe your instructors and follow your instructors. The moment you follow yourself, you say what is right and what is wrong. I only know, our instructors do not know. I am going to watch 3 lectures at the same time after 3 days, so that's not going to be done. Right, so once we ask you questions, please answer those questions, right? And that also encourages us. And number second, you need to complete the video and practice what we have learned in the current video immediately after you watch the video. Do not let it on tomorrow, because letting it for tomorrow will jeopardize everything, right? So because human brains are not capable enough of memorizing things after watching them. For maybe you may forget it after 24 hours, completely vanished. The Python memory is completely vanished, in the class, unless you practice. The moment you practice, it will never go outside your brain, right? So follow your instructors, and your instructors know, right? Because your instructors were students, right? So we know how we started, the difficulties we faced, right? And those who are trying to get 100% and are pushing hard, you will not be able to get 100%. Only when you move ahead, and with concurrent classes will you be able to understand thoroughly and completely, right? Class number 5 may clear some doubts that you had in class number 1, and class number 10 may clear doubts of class number 5. So this is how it happens, right? Please be patient and trust yourself, right? And I wish you all the best. Let's get started. All right, so we will get started with today's class. And what I have done, because many of you are not familiar with the basics, right? And starting with bitwise operators would be a bit hectic for those who have just started. So let me put more entertaining stuff for you guys, right? So that you can understand it in much better way. It doesn't matter, right? Or it doesn't mean that I'm not going to answer your questions. And all those who have answered, let me go through. The previous question was, what are bitwise operators in Python? And is there? Yes. Or is there? Not is there. XOR is there. Right shift is there. And left shift is absolutely correct. Fazal Nazir is absolutely correct, right? And that's the spirit, right? You maybe many of you might have even Googled it, but yeah, that's what my job was, to make you Google, and once you Google, my job is 50% done. Bitwise and, yeah, this is much better. Bitwise and, there are 2 ands, bitwise and we have logical, or, nor, zor, shift, right shift and left shift. Absolutely correct, Fazan. You are doing a wonderful job. Okay, now we have Aftab is responding. Yeah, absolutely right, Aftab. And our Zor, left shift, right shift. And we have the complement, yeah, that's also there. Complement or not operator has Fazan answered? No, Fazan, you're missing out on complement here. Right, so complement operator is not there. Yeah, and Zamir has also and or. Right, so it has answered and or. This is X or complement right shift and left shift. Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, we have bitwise and bitwise or nor zor, and you're also missing. Muzaffar Lone is missing on complement here. And Azhar Mir is also missing on complement. No, it's not missing. Binary one's complement. Yeah, absolutely right, Azhar Mir. Okay, and lone bitwise operators are used to perform bitwise calculations on integers. These integers are first converted to binary and then operations are performed bit by bit. Yeah, absolutely right. And these are the bitwise operator. Yeah, we have right shift, not is there, zor is there, or is there, and is there. It can be not or it can be complement, one and the same thing. And RC Khan is also responding with and or nor zor. Yeah, absolutely right. Everyone is right. So Wani Zohur is also and or zor, not right shift. That's absolutely right. Akib is also right. And or nor zor. Okay, right. Everyone has responded in a very nice manner. Right, so I love your passion, I love your enthusiasm for the class, and I love your enthusiasm to be programmers. Right, so I shall provide you the training up to the extent possible under me, but I want you to be in touch and I want you to keep your passion alive. Right, passion may die at any moment in time. Only those who succeed, who carry their passion, who carry the weight of their passion. I told you, during class 1 that there's a difference between ambition and wish, right? All the ambitions basically are meant to be planned. Any wish that is basically not planned, right, that cannot become an ambition, and any ambition which is not planned remains a wish. Right? If ambition is not planned, it remains a wish. I wish I was a programmer. Now you're getting a chance. You have to practice very hard and turn your wish to be something truthful and something unique. Right? So let me minimize it, and this is our ideally. Okay, let me quickly start with today's class. Right? And today's class is going to be binary. How computer reads binary. I may skip some very hectic, or we can say some complex topics, but yeah, I'm going to show you very easy. If I say 1 and 3, I get 1. If I say 1 or 3, I get 3. If I say 1 and not, these are the operators that we were talking of, we get 0. 1 not 5, so we get 4. How is it possible? Right? And even if I say 10 and I use the complement operator 3, so we get syntax error, right? Yeah, we will get syntax error right here because it requires only one variable to do these things. So now we are going to learn, I'll say not of 10, so it works like this. Not of 10 is minus 11, so it works like this. So this operator takes only one parameter. Okay, fine. So need not to worry, be patient. So I'll be showing you each and everything. Right, so let me first write all the bitwise operators for you, and those bitwise operators were so one is complement, and complement is this, and we have and operator, okay, and a single and, not double and we have or operator, right, so which is single or, and we have XOR, right, exclusive OR, we call this as exclusive OR, right? So this is basically the tilde, so this is right here, shift 6, and we have not, which is complement. There already complement is also known as not. So then we have left shift, and this is left shift, and we have RIGST, right shift, which is this right shift, right? So let us take all the operators one by 1, right? So we have to understand, for example, what is the binary of, let me do it this way, what is the binary of 12? How do you take binaries, right? So it's very simple taking out the binary. It's not that difficult. I will show you the binary also, right? And let us take any number for binaries, right? Okay, and then we'll be able to decide it, right, on binaries. Okay, so let's take any number. Let me go ahead and take a number. Let me say we are going to take, wait a second, the easiest available number, right? So which one is easy? Would you please tell me? Okay, let's not discuss easy and difficult. So let's start doing it. Maybe 12. Okay, so we know that 12, and we have to divide it by 2, right? So let's say divided by 2. So we are having 2, 6, 12. So the remainder here is 0, right? And 2, 3 is 6. 2, 3, 6. 2 into 3 is equal to 6. And the remainder here is 0. And you can see here now 2 ones are 2, right? So 2 ones are 2, and what we can see, the remainder here is 1 now, right? So the remainder is 1. Now 2 multiplied by 6, right, is equal to 12. The remainder is 0. 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6. The remainder is 0. 2 multiplied by 1 is 2, because we cannot take 2 multiplied by 2, maybe 4 then, but we have to do one step lesser. So 2 multiplied by 1 is equal to 2. 1 is remainder, and now we have to take it this way. Always remember, whenever you have to take any binary out, you have to go this way, from down to up, right? So I'll keep the arrow here. So you have to move from underneath, from down to up. So you have to move upwards, right? So now we can say that the binary of 12 is 1, 1, 0, 0. So this is the binary of 12, all right? So this is how you take the binary out, right? Now, for example, once the binary of 12, what is the binary of 13? So let's take the binary of 13 and do an OR operator here. All right, so this is, let me note it down here. So if I do this right here, binary of 12, you can see it is 0b means it's binary, b means binary, 1100, 1100 is binary of 12. So it is binary of 12, and it is 1100. So what is binary of? So I'll say binary of 13. Let's take out binary of 13 the same way, right? So we can do the same operation, and this time in a different color. Okay, right, so we'll do it using a different color this time. Maybe the color is too dark, who knows, but yeah, we have to do it. Fine, so let me align it properly and do it like this. Like this. So let's do the binary of 13. Okay, now let's keep 13 here with let's have a different color, 13, and let's say 2 divided by 2. So now we can say 2 into 6, 13, right? 2 into 6 is 13. So we have 1 here, and 1 is here also, because you have 1 remainder and 1 quotient here. So 2, and now we have 6, right? So here we have, no, sorry, 2, 6, 13, and the remainder is 1, right? Okay, and 2, 3, 2 into 3, is going to be 6 and the remainder is 0, right? And 2 multiplied by 1 is going to be 2 and the remainder is going to be 1, and now we cannot do it because it's much larger, so it's going to be 1 1 0 1, right? Is that so? 1 1 1 1 0 1. Yeah, it's going to be 1 1 0 1. So let us take it here. 1 1 0 1 is the binary of 13. Okay, let's see using Python what is the binary. Hey Python, with due respect, will you please give me binary of 13? Yeah, 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1. Oh, my side of mathematics is right, so we are able to do good mathematics right here. Now if I say 12 and 13, how is it possible? Why are we getting 12 if I do 12 and 13? Or even if I do 13 and 12, why are we getting 12? What is the difference here? Now let us run an AND operation. So I'll just move it here. Now let's run AND operation using binary. So let's run what we are going to do. We are going to run AND operation here. 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0, right? So now and what does and say, right? So if both are 1, right? If both are 1, then, right, if both are 1, output, and then the output is also 1, right? So I repeat, if both are 1, then the output is also 1. Let me clear it out. If both are 1, using AND, so this is going to be bitwise AND operation, right, that we are going to perform today, right, in bitwise AND operator, right? So I write it down here, right? So let me write it somewhere, bitwise AND, right? Okay, now let's do the bitwise AND operation here. And I'll just keep it here. So bitwise AND, if both are 1, then it is 1. So 1 and 1 are 1, yes. 1 and 1 are 1, yes. 0 0, no, it is 0 because both have to be 1. And 1 and 0 is also 0 because both have to be 1. So now using AND operation, when it is 1 at both the places, then it's 1. So you can see 1 is here, 1 1 1 1 1, 0 0 is 0, 1 and 0 is also 0 because we need 1 at both the places. Now what is the answer? 1 1 0 0. And if you can see this 1 1 0 0, 1 1 0 0 is the binary of what? Please tell me. 1 and 0 is the binary, 1 1 0 0 is the binary of 12. That is why when I run AND operation 13 and 12, that's why when I run the binary operation of 13 and 12, we get 12. Why do we get 12? Because of AND operation. So let's do a bitwise OR, right? Okay, let me do bitwise OR for you. It's very easy, it's childish job. Right, so what is the binary of 13? That is 1. So let me keep it. Binary of 12 is 1 1 0 1. And what is the binary of 13? 1 1. No, so binary of 12 is 1 1 0 0, and binary of 13 is 1 1 0 1. So this is the binary of 12, right? And this is the binary of 13. So now we are going to perform bitwise OR, which is this OR. So let's apply bitwise OR. And what does bitwise OR say? As easy as anything. So bitwise OR says when any one is 1, it is 1. Right? So we can write it down here. If any one is 1, right, then the output is also 1. That means you need to have 1 at any places, either at this place or at this place, right? Now let's see this. When anyone is 1, right, we can see that anyone is 1 means that it has to be anyone 1, 1 1 1 1 1 1, also 0 0 1. If anyone is 1, so now you have to remember this right here for bitwise. Okay, 1101 and 1101. So why are we having 3 1? So if any one is 1, right? So here we are going to have 0 because we have 0 0, 1 1, 1 1, and now any one is 1, either here or here, but we are having 1 here, so it is 1. So now you can see bitwise AND operation is 1100 1101, which is 13, right? 1101 is 13, right? So you can see here, both the places should have 1, or even if one place has 1, the answer is going to be 1. So the binary, so the bitwise operation of OR, when we perform bitwise OR on 12 and 13, right? I repeat, when we perform bitwise OR on 12 and 13, we get 1101, which is 13. Now let's see, 12 or 13. So you get 13, right? Why? Because of this, right? So the last one for today is going to be OR and XOR. We'll see both of them. OR we have seen, what have we seen? AND, OR, and exclusive OR. Okay, let's do exclusive OR. Let's do it here. And let us perform XOR or exclusive OR. XOR, which is going to be this operation, right? So it's also called as exclusive OR, and it is more simpler than you think, right? Why is it more simpler? You can see yourself. Now let's take again binary of 12 1 1 0 0. So this is 12 1 1 0 1, right? So this is binary of 12 and binary of 13. What does exclusive OR say? Right? You tell me, what does exclusive OR say? Okay, let's see that. So let's say odd is 1 and even is 0. So it has to be exclusive at both the places, right? So let us see that exclusive at both the places is going to be, right, only one place should have 1, right, out of 2, right? So exclusively it has to be 1. 1 and 1 is not exclusive, right? So we'll have 0. We will have 0, 1 and 1 is still not exclusive, we'll have 0. 0 and 0 is still not exclusive, we'll have 0. 0 and 1 is exclusive because 1 is exclusively at one place, so we'll have 1. So the answer is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So if I perform a bitwise XOR on 13 and 12, we should get 1, right? Because it is 1 here. The answer is 1. So let's have 12 with XOR or exclusive OR of 13. We will get 1. I repeat, AND operation and OR operation and XOR operation. I'll repeat all three of them. And now let's take AND operation. Right? So when it is 1 at both the places, then it's 1. You can see 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 0 0, right? And you can not both the places, sorry. If both are 1, then the output is also 1. So you can see, yeah, both the places. Now 1 and 1 are both here. Both the places 1. 0 and 0 is not both places 1, 0. And 1 and 0 is not both places 1, 0. So the answer is 12. Okay, now if any one is 1, now OR means either there is 1 or here, right? It doesn't matter whichever place it is, unless you are having it in one of the places, you are getting 1 1 1 1, right? 1 1 1 0 0 0, and now OR, because had it been AND, we will have 0 here, but it's OR, right? Either here or here. You know, you need to find 1 in one of the places. So now we can see it is 1, which is the answer, right? 1 1 0 1, 1 is at one place, so we get answer as 13. And XOR will return 1. Why? Because you can say that there has to be exclusively one place, right? 1 should be exclusively at one place out of 2. Now you can see both the places have 1, 0, both the places have 1, 0, both the places have 0, then still 0, but 1 is at exclusively at one place. So 1. So the answer here is 1. Alright, I hope you have understood it. Alright, so this is how we use bitwise. So right shift and left shift you'll not be able to understand it right now, but it's sufficient for you to understand bitwise and XOR and OR operations as of now. Right, so then we'll get started and move ahead with others. Maybe after 5 or 6 classes we'll be able to understand, and we'll be even able to practice what do you call them, we'll be able to practice right shift operators, left shift operators, and all the operators, right? And today we are going to start with more different and more magical things, right? Because maths is something that is unique in Python. It's very unique in Python, right? For example, if you want to get the square root, so I'll say x is equivalent to sqrt of 25. So you can easily get the square root of 25. But it's throwing an error right here. Why? Because now it comes to libraries. You have to use specific libraries in order to use square root, right? For example, if you need bread, where is bread? Maybe bread is inside the we can say inside the refrigerator. Now you have to go to refrigerator and take bread out of it. A container can be inside a container. Here all the mathematical functions are contained inside a package known as math. I will import math, right? And I can say now, right, x is equivalent to sqrt of 25. It's still going to throw error. I'm making you understand why. Even after importing maths, right, you still get an error. Why? Because you have to call what you have imported. So I will say x is equivalent to math dot sqrt. What have you imported? Math. And you are going to use this library to give you sqrt, which is the short form for square root here, of 25. Now it is going to work better. Now if I display the square root of 25 is 5, right? Now you can easily get this, right? I repeat, import math, or you can say import math as m, right? You're importing math as m. So math has a nickname now, m. Now you can call math by nickname. So you can say m dot sqrt of 25. It'll just display because you're not assigning it to any variable here. If you assign it to any variable, right, now you're not assigning it to any variable. For example, if I'm assigning it to any variable x or c is equivalent to m dot, m is the nickname, sqrt of 25. Now it will not display unless you call the variable or unless you say print c, right? So this is how you use packages here. You import the pre-built classes. That is the magic. You don't have to perform all the square root functions yourself. You just have to call the function and the function will return the result, right? So this function returns new result and it takes one argument, which is the number. You can do m dot sqrt of 100, right? So that is going to be 10, right? So you're getting answer, right? It's very good. Now we have two different things. Floor, I have already shown you floor, but I'll show you again. I can say print m dot floor. What is the floor of, you have to understand. If I say 2.9 is the number, what is the floor? Floor is, what is the floor? That is the minimum. Floor means minimum is 2. And what is the seal? Seal means the maximum. Seal is the 3. That means 2.9 is nearer to 3, which means it has ceiling 3. That means it's nearer to 3 and it is farther to 2, right? So floor means the round off value of 2.9. You are getting round off value of 2.9 but towards the floor side. Here you are getting round off value of 2.9 but towards the seal side. Now you can see if I say floor of 2.9, so now floor is going to be the bottom side of 2.9, which is going to be 2, right? And if I say print m dot seal, that is the top side of 2.9, it is going to be, it's closer to 3, right? Seal is 3, it's closer, 2.9 is almost closer to 3. Now even if I say print m dot seal 2.7, so 2.7 still has a seal 3. If I say print m dot seal of 2.2, right? So now you can see it still has 3, right? If I say print m, or let's not print m dot seal of 2.0, it is going to be 2 then, right? Because it's not ahead, it has to be m dot, it has to be more than 2 then. In order to decide the seal, it has to be more than 2, then it goes to 2. M dot floor, right? 2.1 will also show floor as 2, right? So in order to get the seal, right, it has to be greater than what you're asking for, right? So this is floor and C. Power of functions I've already shown you. Power of by 2, it's already 9. 3 into 3 into 3, power of 2, right? So that is going to be 3 into 2 only, you know. And 3 into 2, that means 3 raised to power 2, right? It's power of, right? Or you can use, it's always better to use functions, right? So you can say print math is called as m. Now you imagine, do you remember we imported math? Let's again do. We imported math as m, right? And now we can say m, you need m dot pow. You're calling the power of function, right? 3 times 2, which is going to be 9 again, right? 9.0. So either you do this or you call functions. It's always better to call functions, right? You want 3 power of 2, right? So that means that is 3 into 3 into 3, 3 into 3, 6, right? And you want to get the power of 2 right here. 3 into is going to return the same, but it does not return the floor function. It does not return float, but power returns complete float, right? Now, for example, if I do 3 into 1, right? So you are getting a number, right? 117714. So if you want to get 3 into 3 power by 1.5, so now it will return this number right here, right? You can still do the floor of this if you want to do that, or you can do a round off. That I have already shown you round. How does round work? So I'll say round of 3 power of 1.5. Round off, how much is the round off? Round off is 5, right? Or you can print the seal, or you can print the floor of the same. It depends on, it's very easy, it's not difficult. So you can go with pi. What is pi? I want to know print math.pi. What is the value of pi? So you're getting 3.141592. Or you can say print a round of math.pi. You can print pi. Pi is 3 because the round is 3 here, right? And seal and floor, if you want to do that, you can still do that using mathematics, right? We have seen that now if you say you want to use without mathematics, for example, we said import math, okay, and then I said math.sqrt of 10, right? So you're getting it, right? I can say math.sqrt of 100 and you're getting it. Now why are we using this math? I said the second option is import math as m and then say m.sqrt of 100. So this way you can use it. But why using m? Yes, that is a nice question. Why using m? I can say import, right? Or we can say like this, from math. Go to the dictionary math and import two things that I am going to use. I used sqrt, import sqrt, and I have used another function known as POW, which is the power of function. Alright, and now we have imported them successfully. Now we don't have to call math. I can say sqrt of 10 let me sqrt of 50. Now you can see we are getting sqrt of 50 as as professional as anything. We have imported sqrt, right? So I'll say print sqrt of 100, right? So you are getting 10.0. And I can say power, I require power of 3 times 2, right? 9.0. And now we can see once we import specific things, right? For example, I have imported specific. Now when you say math, I have imported math. What do you want from that math library, right? Because math library has many different things. So let me show you the difference here. For example, let's say this is math, right? It has sqrt, right? It has add, it has power, it has subtract, right? It has sine, it has pi, it has tan, it has cos, right? So now the entire directory is known as math, right? Okay. Now if you import, right? Let's say about now, what you do, you import this math here, import math, right? Now what do you want out of that math? Because math is not a single thing. Math has square root, add, pow, right? So then you say, no, out of the math, I have imported it, but now I need math.sqrt, and then I'll say square root of 10, and then I get the answer, right? If I say square root of 100, I get the answer 5.0, right? And now if I do something like this, from maths, open the entire dictionary, which is the math, not dictionary but library, import, open maths library and go to maths library. Out of maths library, add two things, right? Go and take sqrt, right? I need to use this sqrt, right? And the second thing, which is going to be our, let me just take it here first. Okay, from maths you are going to import this sqrt, okay, and the second thing I can import is let's say about POW. So I have imported this POW also. Now we are going to use sqrt and I am going to use this power. Alright, so now what happens like this, right? Now you know that you have imported sqrt and power. You don't have to call maths here, but since here you have to call math.sqrt because you are using specific functions, right? So both can be done. Now you have seen, you have done this, you have done this, so both are working, so there's no problem at all, right? What else? So now let us see inputs now, right? So it is going to be very interesting now. So from now onwards your classes are going to get very interested. Let me see the time. We still have too much of time left. So from now onwards your classes are going to get very interesting because we will be now dealing with inputs. We'll be dealing with dynamic values rather than static values, right? So for example, if I say x is equal to, now take the input. Take input from the user and tell him enter first number, right? So I'll say enter first number, right? And now you can see you are getting enter first number. I'll enter 10. But for this, because this command line is going to be one line at a time, we don't want to do, this is the end of one line at a time. We don't want to do one line at a time. So I'll open the IDE, I'll say new file, and this is where I can operate with multiple lines, right? So let us do the magic here. So let me say x is equal to input. It will use input stream to take input from the user. Enter your, or we can say enter first name, right? And y is equal to enter second name. So enter first name, enter second name, and I will say sum is equal to x plus y. That's what I have already shown you, right? Now what I can do here, let's not terminate it. Now I can say print sum. Now what is happening? You're asking user to provide the first number or first name, let's say first, right? So you are asking user for first number, and whatever user enters is stored in the variable x. You're asking user to enter the second number. Whatever user enters goes inside variable y, and it is because that the assignment takes place from right hand side. I have already told you assignment takes place from RHS and moves to LHS. So this is your assignment. It takes place from RHS towards LHS, right? So I've commented it. Hash means comment. So I have commented it here. Comment will be ignored, so it's not going to be read. Anything that comes after hash. So still I am deleting it. So x plus y is going to be whatever user enters. It's going to be the sum of that, and then you are printing the sum. Now this is dynamic. Earlier you were entering static values, so I'll say dynamic. I'll save this as dynamic.py. Earlier you were entering static values, now you are taking values from the user. Let's run control F5. So now you can see enter first number, I will say 100, and now the number can be anything. It's not static, it's dynamic. 100, and enter the second number, it can be 20. So the sum is 10020. Right? Now why are we getting this 10020? Why aren't we getting 1020, right? Which is the answer, right? So because x plus y, if x is 10, and if y, let me show you this way. For example, if x is 10 and y is 10, the answer should be 20, but we will get 1010. Why are we getting 1010? Because rather than adding, I repeat, rather than adding two numbers, what is happening? It's concatenating two numbers. What is concatenation and what is addition? Let me show you the demo. Alright, so concatenation, this is concatenation. Alright, so I will say hello and how are you? Alright, or we can say hello, how are you? So let's say x is equivalent to hello, and let us say y is equivalent to how are you. As simple as anything, it's not complex, right? I'll just increase the font. So how much is in x? Hello. How much is in y? Well, let us keep it like string, because we are entering string, right? Okay, now I will say s is equivalent to x plus y. So what is going to happen here, right? So this plus is going to add, concatenate two strings. So the answer is going to be, right, the answer is going to be hello, how are you. Now s will take hello and it will take both. So it's called concatenation. Now it's called concatenation, and so this is concat or concatenation. And the second thing is addition. Addition means x is equivalent to 10 or y is equivalent to 20, right? S is equivalent to x plus y, and it should be x is equivalent to, the answer should be 30. So this is called addition. Now when does concatenation happen and when does, right? So when does concatenation happen and when does the addition or subtraction or any arithmetic operation, right? Or when does any mathematical operation happen, right? So that's what your question is. Yeah, the question is right. Right, so what happens? Addition or any mathematics, right, or any maths is done with following, right, types. So now data types will come into the picture. Addition and mathematics is done with the following types. Number one type is going to be integer, right, float, long, right? So we can say for the sake of this class we'll only take two data types, int and float. Now whenever it is int, it is going to add two numbers. Whenever it is float, it's going to add two numbers. And concatenation concatenation will happen, right, in strings or char data type. If it's a character data type, means one character, or if it's a string data type. So this is going to be, let us go back to the command line and let me show you. Int, so I'll say a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, c is equal to a plus b. Right, so now if I display C, so we are having 30. So in this case, concatenation has not happened, right? But let us see if I give this A as string, which is 10, and B as string, which is 20, and C will take A plus B, right? And C is going to take is equal to A plus B. Now what is in C? It has 1020. Now it has concatenated. Now integer is added, you can clearly see, and string or characters are concatenated. Now you will say, hey sir, what happened? Because we were not taking character or string inputs, we are taking entirely. X is taking input and Y is taking input, and we are adding two inputs and printing, and we are giving pure integer inputs. Why is it getting concatenated? 10, 20, we're giving pure integers. We did not give like this. We're giving pure integer values. Why are you concatenating it? It is because, right, I'll tell you. So I'll keep a big note here so that you remember it for the rest of your life. Okay? Any input, no matter what the programming language is, right, is taken as string from the user. So that means we have to manually, right, parse or convert the string data type. We have to manually take the data type, which is string data type, and manually convert the string data type to int data type, right? So any input, no matter what the programming language is, any programming language, Java, input is taken as string. In C#, input is taken as string. Right? In ASP.NET, input taken as string. In Enterprise Java, JSP servlets, input taken as string. In Python, input is taken as string. Right? So whatever input you are taking from the user, the input is taken as string in almost all the programming languages. So that is what is happening here, and that means we have to manually convert it, right? So which is happening here, you're taking input from the user. Doesn't matter you're providing int, I know you're providing int. You're taking second input from the user, and I know you're providing integer, right? But input itself takes the input, from the user as string. Right? It automatically from the backend takes it as string. So X has a string, Y has a string. That is why when you run the module, and despite of passing integer values, you get concatenation. Okay, I'll repeat it. So run 10, 20, I am getting 1020 despite of giving integer, because now why are we getting this? As you know that you're forcing to concatenate, because X is now string and Y is now a string. So this is being forced to, you're forcing, your Python to take it as string, right? And now what you have to do, manually convert. So I will convert it like this, or I'll do something like this. I will say X is going to take something now, because it's a variable, the value can vary. Here we can have 10, here we can have something else, so the value varies. X can have something like this, right? X of int. Now you are passing X to this int function, and this returns the converted int. You are converting X to integer and giving it back to X, right? And let us do same with the y, you are taking y and you are converting y. So let me get rid of these terminators, are not required. I told you that I do terminate statements because I'm more fond of enterprise Java and I'm more linked with all those languages, so it's habit. So now input taken as string, input taken as string. After the input is taken as string, you are telling, you're passing x, you're parsing it. So this is what we are doing here, P-A-R-S-I, parsing, or we can say x to int, right? You can see what we are doing here, parsing, converting y to int. Now x has been converted to integer, given to x, y converted to integer and given to y. So let us run it again now. Okay, give the first number 10, give the second number 20. Now the answer is 30. Happy. Why is the answer the 30? Why is answer 30 now? Answer is 30 only because now we are adding, not concatenating. What is concatenated? String is concatenated, char is concatenated. What is added? Numbers are added, integer numbers are added or subtracted. You can even say subtract. For example, if I want subtract, sum is equal to x minus y, so you can do that as well. So you can say run and pass 10 and say the second number is 5. 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. Let me take a look at time. What time is it? All right, so we already crossed 50, so we will be continuing with input. So it's going to be a fun from tomorrow onwards. The programming is going to be real fun because we'll not be handling static but dynamic things in PHP, because we will be taking input from the user here, right? So everything that we take every input that you take from user is going to be dynamic input, right, rather than static, right? So now my question for the day is, two questions, rather I don't have one question, I have two questions to be asked right now. Is number one, right, name 5 machine learning libraries available in Python. Right, so name 5 machine learning libraries that are available in Python. Machine learning libraries, and second is going to be name 5 data sciences libraries, right, available in Python. Now 5 libraries. Okay, let me reduce your weight. So let me give 3. Give me 3 libraries that are available in Python. Right, machine learning libraries, or not available, we can say used in Python. Name 3 data sciences libraries used in Python. So you have to tell me 3 libraries. Like we have used one library here, we have imported a library known as math. Now what are the libraries that we can use to solve machine learning problems, and what are the libraries we can use to solve data sciences or data analytics, right? And I repeat, right, so we might take all the lectures private at some moment in time, because we have to at least see that we are training someone who is learning and we're not training someone who is not learning, right? And for that you have to be quite attentive, and we have to mark your attendance, right? And last but not the least, right, do answer within 24 hours, right? So from tomorrow onwards, we are not going to take answers after, not 24 hours, because before the next class, right? So today you are having time till 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. So you can answer all the queries, and you can encourage your instructor so that we make better content for you guys, and the better content is yet to come. And those who are not understanding it completely, I congratulate you. Even if you are understanding 50%, you will not be able to understand 100%. 100% is only going to come with practice, and maybe in 5 to 10 classes, right? So I want you guys to be patient, and please be patient, and tell me if I can help you, and please answer the questions down in the comment section. Your answers are going to be taken very positively, and your answers are going to help you, and your answers are going to help us create better content as well, right? And I wish you all the best. May you flourish and become true IT professionals and whatnot, right? I wish you all the best, and do comment down in the do answer down in the comment section, and let me know if I can help you. You can message me as well. Bye bye, take care.